Now I'm looking back right now at basically 2 years of owning the MT09, around 13,000 miles, two flat back tires, two sets of tires altogether, besides the back tire, 13 days in the shop of painting the wheels, among other modifications, two different windshields, polishing the exhaust, carbon fiber parts from Vlad and some carbon fiber parts I made. And every one of these steps is documented on our video channel for anybody that has interest. Some of the things were a lot more labor than I thought they would be. Some of the things worked out pretty easy. One of the things I'm real happy about is the color blue. I seem to always get comments of people on the channel that love that color blue. The graphics that John Pothia came up with, of course, I love them and they worked out great. And every step of this, it's just been a labor of love. Every step of it, 2 years. And when I'm looking back at it, it's still a work in progress. Well, the weatherman once again is predicting a very hot, nice day. Very little chance of rain, 10%. But, as we found out during a part of this summer, that can change in a hurry. We really do want to just get out on the open road. Out on the open road where you never get a phone call and it says spam. Now, whenever the prediction is for a really hot day, I try to get out early. Of course, the earlier the better. I try to get, as always, get the bike pre-flighted, get the bike cleaned up, take care of all the little things that Karen has for me to do. There's always something in the morning that the farm needs to do. We have tomatoes to harvest. We have peppers coming due, flowers, fresh flowers for the table. And every one of these steps was kind of a nice routine in the summer. And when winter comes, I kind of miss the idea that you can get up real early in the morning and do all this stuff. Because in the winter, it's just a question of bundling up and hoping you don't freeze to death on the ride. Anyway, I look at all the things I did to this bike over the last 2 years, and I think of the labor that went into it. And to me, there's only one way to describe what I've done to this bike, and it is a labor of love. Okay, boys, let's go. Let's go. Time is money. The farm doesn't run without money. Now, right in the beginning of the ride, I could tell the weatherman was right. It's going into the 90s today, somewhere in the day, and I'm going to be out for about half of the day, so the odds are good toward the end of this ride, we're really going to get cooked. And it's exactly on a day like today that I'm glad I have that light-colored Joe Rocket's summer mesh riding outfit. Now, I've had many comments on the video saying how much they like this color blue, and it is my favorite color too, to be sure. And the combination with the silver wheels and the blue, to me, that really works for me. Now we're in the part of the season, this part of the country, where a lot of the flowers are still in full bloom. A lot of Karen's flowers, especially the zinnias, they're still in full bloom. Now, of all the work I've done to make this bike my own, it's really a pleasure and a joy. Every time I stop to shoot pictures or shoot video, I look at it, and I still can't believe it. I did it all within 2 years. Now, luckily for me, a lot of these back roads have plenty of shade, plenty of places you can get out of the sun. And when it starts creeping up to 90 degrees, just getting out of the sun really makes a big difference. Now, one of the parts of this bike that I think Yamaha really got right is the exhaust system. That exhaust system is one piece. There's no joints, there's no clamps, and there's no muffler. Just a catalytic converter with baffles. And boy, does it make low-end torque. Now, for riding these back roads and riding basically 99% of the time alone, I always leave the traction control in the most invasive setting. That prevents wheelies in the middle of chicanes and switchbacks. And for me, it makes the riding really safe. And the experimental paint I made and mixed myself to use on these wheels, after a year of really taking a beating with salt and pebbles and dead bugs and everything, I thought there might be something negative about it. I look at it almost every time I ride the bike, and so far it's held up perfectly. And I know it's just me. I just love going through the gears with that quick shifter. And I always say I'd like to have it on all the bikes. I'd really like to have it on the RD. But obviously for some of the older bikes, well, all of the older bikes, I don't think they even make it. Check this out, there's a pizza oven. There's a pizza oven right by the light. fireplace, whatever it is, fire pit, right by the lake. Beautiful. Very scenic. Now, Karen and I, in the time we're married, 32 years, we've traveled a lot of places around the world and virtually everywhere. And we've been to almost every, maybe we have been to every state, I don't know. But anyway, the point is, and in the end, we really love, both of us love this part of the country. And being honest, I'm a little jealous of Stefan in Romania when I see the video he sent and the pictures, and some of the places he went was with a new adventure bike, and to have a racetrack relatively close to your house, that is great. And Stefan, none of the racetracks around here are really close or convenient. I think the closest one is 130, 140 miles. It's a haul. Now, it's funny, every time I see a cornfield, I think of, over the years, Karen and I have tried on the side of the house before we had the white stones. We planted corn one year, and we had gotten some real special corn seeds. And what grew for us was not really corn. It was, we call it mutant corn. And it won't be long before the leaves are turning orange, the flowers will be gone, and the landscape is going to change dramatically into orange and gold. And to be honest, for me, the most enjoyable time of riding around this area of the country is when the leaves start changing and it's cool enough you can wear your full leather gear. It's just such a nice time of year. We have that about a month or two every year. And as I've aged, I've dealt with being cold a lot better than being hot. And this summer has really put me to the test. I don't think I've missed many riding days. I haven't missed any that it's too hot, but it's still a challenge. But the real challenge for me is to get 3 to 4 hours of exercise every day from the motorcycles. I enjoy it so much more than going to a sweaty gym, and I always feel like there's a mental part of it too. I think the mental exercise you get from riding, and if you do challenging rides that you have to pay strict attention, I think that's just a wonderful preventative maintenance to your brain. And I know Stephen Walker's article says it's kind of a hedge against Alzheimer's too. And for me, I think there's another component to it too. I think riding motorcycles, if you get to ride every day, that it's good for your soul too, to be out in the fresh air, not be locked up behind a computer or somewhere that you don't want to be, maybe in a coal mine or maybe Rikers Island. So poor Karen's mutant corn, we never really got any real corn out of it that you could say you were proud of. But we tried our best, but we've since gone to tomatoes and zucchinis and eggplants with total success. Now, I'm very lucky for one thing. The motorcycle rides I go on are not all-day rides, and they fit into my family routine, so I don't neglect my family or the things I have to do around the house, and it just works out pretty well for me. And that's the beauty of motorcycling itself, is it's all the varieties of motorcycles you can enjoy, all the different ways you can ride them, the times of your life you can ride them, the places you can go, the friends you can have, the custom work you can do, the creative stuff you can do. But ultimately, it's about riding them every day. Now, just as I thought this day was getting as hot as I'd want it to be, or I could stand it, it really got hot at the end of the day. And I know people that don't believe that it could be that hot, that you don't want to ride, but it got hot. And I'm getting used to it this summer a little bit, but I still have that commitment. I need the exercise. I need the fresh air. I want to get out of the house 3-4 hours a day. And I just want to be riding motorcycles. I just don't want to be in some gym or out at a baseball field. Is the farm producing while I'm away?
Going to cut off some veggies.
Veggie time. Lucky me. No more meat for me. The cows are safe. That's today. Wow.
Just now.
Oh my God.
Let's see what
You got tomatoes. I know. I saw a lot of tomatoes. No, we had no luck with corn, but believe me, everything else is growing like crazy. Boy, did this ever play out to be a wonderful day. Not a cloud in the sky. No chance of rain today, I think. Well, we're going to find out. The farm is producing. The MT09 is grinding out mile after mile with no headaches, the bulletproof engine, fun with the quick shifter, nice back roads, not a lot of traffic. I'm not sure there's nothing not to like here. While I'm out riding, Karen almost every day is cooking something special. She's been experimenting with new recipes. We love Indian food, of course. And to be honest, most of the stuff, not most, all of it has been really good. And we've used a lot of the ingredients that have come right from our garden, and I'm amazed that she's been able to do that. Tonight we're having Indian eggplant curry with the eggplants right from our farm. And samosas right from our farm. Is that possible? Not possible. Anyway, we are having some really good luck with stuff from our farm. And as I say every night after dinner, Karen, thank you for keeping me alive. So after a great supper, look at what I have to look forward to in the next couple days. By the way, my favorite soup is pea soup. Ooh. And what is that now?
That's pea soup made with peas from our garden.
Peas from our garden.
Spring pea soup.
Spring pea soup. Everything from the garden. And I am sincere as can be, thankful to Karen does all this cooking, and boy, I just think of if I had to do the cooking. Oh, or some other substitute. Anyway, Karen, thank you for keeping me alive. I say that every night. And thank you for giving me the MT09 as a birthday present for my 75th birthday. And most of all, for making us a great life here on the farm and with our grandson and our family and with all our friends. And thanks everyone for watching. And now, go eat your vegetables.